So let's say you learn about cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia recently, and you're starting to apply the principles of, let's say, stimulus control, where you're doing the great work of getting out of bed when sleep is not coming, and you have the question, well, now what? What do I do during this period of time? That's a great question, and I'm going to talk about the answer here in this video today. Hi, my name is Dr. Parky. I am a Stanford-trained behavioral sleep medicine specialist. I provide sleep coaching, and I'm also the author of the self-help book, The Insomnia Paradox, which provides evidence-based strategies, specifically CBT for insomnia, for people with chronic sleep disturbances. So when it comes to what you should do after you get out of bed and engage in stimulus control, the fun and silly answer is it's kind of whatever you want. It's a choose your own adventure as long as it's something enjoyable and generally pleasant. So it can be, for example, some of my patients have, watched a show, a rerun of Friends. They have, done crossword puzzles or listened to audiobooks or, whatever they felt like was kind of enjoyable for them. And then when they were feeling that sort of sleepiness signal, that's when they would go back to bed. Now, there's a couple caveats to, what you should or should not do. One is that you probably shouldn't do things that are too intentionally activating. Like you probably shouldn't be watching a horror movie or, cooking a full gourmet meal. And you probably also don't want to give the insomnia a function, meaning that you shouldn't be like doing too much work during that period of time or, cleaning up the entire house. We don't want the brain to associate the nighttime with doing a bunch of work. So again, it can be something pleasant and enjoyable. And again, not for the intention of falling back asleep. So you're not like trying to force yourself to sleep by doing some sort of, mindfulness or relaxation strategy unless you actually enjoy it, but rather it's kind of a time for you to just do something pleasant and let sleep take you away when you're ready. And a common question I get from patients is, well, how long should I do this before I just decide I should probably go back to bed? And my answer would be never. Like if you're never sleepy for the entire night, which is, for me, pretty unlikely, but, if that does happen, then theoretically you would continue to engage in your activity until the morning time, and then in which case you would just start your day. It's going to be a lot harder, it's going to be more effortful, and, it's certainly not going to be super comfortable, but what's going to happen is that the next night you're going to have extra appetite for sleep, and you've done some great work with the stimulus control, so the chances of you falling asleep at your regular bedtime are going to be significantly higher, so you're setting yourself up for success by not following the insomnia trap of going back to bed and then tossing and turning and white knuckling, but rather just saying, hey, like, I can disregard the current night in favor of prioritizing the next night. So hopefully this video was helpful for you to start generating some ideas of what you could do before bed until you are sleepy and what you might do when you get out of bed if sleep is not coming. If there are other questions that you're interested or topics that you're interested in learning, just feel free to put it in the comment section below and I'm happy to answer both in video format or just to respond to your comment. Thanks for watching as always. Take good care. Bye-bye.